Check mic, check mic, check mic, check mic, check mic, check, check, check. Hopefully that audio sounds good. I'm just doing a quick surprise live feed for my audience members. Wishing you guys well. Hoping you guys are doing good. Seeing who jumps on this random live feed. Let me bring on Instagram. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another live stream of At Sales Remastered. This one was a little bit unannounced. And as I prepare for a mentoring call that I have scheduled for today with one of my newly enrolled students, I wanted to share some content with you guys, just to start off the weekend. So if you guys log in and you guys start jumping on, comment, let me know what state you're in. It's always interesting to find out what states, I get attention from. And, just the other day, I put up a post inside of one of my highlights on Instagram on the reach of this channel. It went all the way out to Hawaii. I even got some people out in New York. I got, audience members all across the world. But with regards to the states, United States of America, I think it's pretty amazing how far of a reach, communication enables us to have. And inside this random episode, what I wanted to talk about, just like it mentioned on the title of the live stream, is what I've learned from Black Friday and holiday specials. And I think that it's something that we can all take away from. It's something that we can all learn from, especially being in sales, or at least being interested about sales. And I think one of the most powerful things that Black Friday or holiday specials do to the human psyche is it's the art of scarcity, right? It's making the consumer believe that whatever special or whatever price that they have at that exact time is so limited, to where the idea is it only happens once a year. And that's probably one of the most powerful sales methods that you could ever really do, beyond just the wordplay, beyond a powerful script. It's the idea of scarcity. It's the idea that opportunity is going to miss out, because it taps into a fear factor that we all share. And that fear factor is also known as FOMO. It's the fear of missing out. And I want us to really think about, when we have an obligation, which in this case, like I saw a video on Facebook just last night, it showed a stampede of consumers at Walmart. And it had like at least 10 or 15 Walmart security members that were trying to hold up a barricade. And the parking lot was just filled with individuals just waiting for the doors to open. Now, mind you, the video doesn't do its justice, because it doesn't really explain how long those people were really staying inside that room. And it's amazing, or inside that room, inside that parking lot. It's amazing to think that these people, were there for a good couple hours of their day. They sacrificed their day. Not only that, but when the door literally showed a sign of being slightly open, they broke past the barricade. They were running people over just to get into Walmart. And you have to think to yourself, like, man, they probably got the same deal online, right? And so it's twofold. Number one, it's the art of scarcity. And then number two, it's also targeting your message to the right audience, because most of those audience members, I'm sure that either they were not aware that you could have probably got the same deal, if not better, online. But it's also targeting the people who were more than likely going to respond, or more than likely already out and about. And it was all ages, bro. Like, it was all ages. Like, there was young people, there was young kids out there, man. And there's older people, old people that were jumping the barricade, they were jumping the fence just to get into Walmart. And so the punchline is, what can we learn from that? What can we take away from that? What's the value, right? Because I think sometimes we look at it for entertainment, and we don't really give it the attention of empathy per se, and really think about, like, okay, well, why do people respond that way? And of course, the traditional thought would be, well, these people need to buy gifts for their family members. That's a sense of obligation, right? And the reason why they feel the need to buy gifts for their family members is because that it's because status, because technically they don't need to, right? Like I'm a parent. I don't need to buy anything for my damn kids. Like they got everything they want, bro. But it's the status. It's the wanting of that feeling of being able to provide. And so that's deep. That's a deep rooted inspiration or influence that all of us share, regardless of what income level, regardless of what status level you're at. There's this inner dialogue within you that tells you you have to be responsible. It tells you you have to provide for a certain few. And so I think that in itself, just the keyword status is a real powerful place to focus on, because that's what motivated these people to stay 5+ hours out in the cold waiting for Walmart to open their doors. And then second, it was the scarcity of it all. And if you think about any good sale, any good holiday sale, any good sale period, any good offer period, there's a hint of scarcity to it, isn't it? Where sometimes like myself, like when we prepare pitches, I got a pitch right now. I got an offer right now, like right now, right this second, that expires tomorrow. It's a holiday special where, already over 15 students have enrolled into my my sales training course, The Secret Formula. And it's broken down into payments, right? And each one of the new students enrolling, as a matter of fact, I have a mentoring call that's going to take place in about 10 minutes. So this live stream will be short. But there's students who enrolled and on top of the training course get 4 1-hour mentoring calls. And this is something that's not, has not been available. This is just something that is part of this holiday special. And of course, there's that fear factor of missing out, right? Because if you don't get it by tomorrow, then you may not get that opportunity again. Who knows when it will come ever again. And of course, there's that obligation factor. And I'll use the example that I just used with Walmart. There's an obligation for us to be successful, period, because we're already putting in a lot of time into our craft. We're already dedicated towards, putting in the time, the effort, the blood, the sweat, the tears, per se, in making this thing work. And it's really going to be up to us of whether or not, we can justify that time that we've spent, because time is something obviously you can't get back. And I think that has a lot to do also with fear factor. But, going back to the example of Walmart, or the idea of putting scarcity inside of your pitch, some people can put scarcity inside of the pitch and just sound like straight bullshit. Like there's that, what I mean? Like, have you ever seen that ad? Like, this sale, for the first 500 customers, it's going to be at this blowout sale. Or, there's this furniture store, right? Like I used to live out in Garden Grove, California. And there was this furniture store that always had this blowout special. They always had this moving special, right? Like all the time, bro. Like we're moving. And this was damn near 5 years straight, like all the time. Like they'd switch it off, but it would either be a blowout sale, clearance sale, or we're moving special. And it got to the point where you saw him like, man, these motherfuckers aren't moving. And consumers, individuals, we could smell, bullshit from a mile away. And it might have worked the first time, might have worked the second time, at least to most individuals. But when you come across some individual cats and people that are actually qualified to or eligible to buy your product or your service, you can't bullshit them, And so that's just an example, because I hear salesmen around me, and I've even been approached by salesmen who gave this fake scarcity. And it's like, oh yeah, I got this awesome special that, you can only get this weekend. Like, okay, bro, I'll come back next week and I'm sure you're going to be able to offer that, so when you sense it, the idea is, can you use it into your favor? Can you use it, for your come up? Can you use it for your advantage? And I think you can. And, one of the key things that I've learned in dealing with organizations or companies is that, each and every single one of them rely on marketing to capture more attention, capture more business, right? And one thing is for certain is that they always have this competitive edge. And so If you say, hey, you know what, I got this other particular company that's offering the same thing that you got, a lot of these retail shops call it price match, right? Or you bring in kind of like a print off from online. Like you can do it to Best Buy, for example. You can go in there and bring a print off of something that you saw online, and it may not work for the Black Friday specials that you saw, unless it was Black Friday. But if you use that on just every general marketing ad and you say, hey man, I can go to this company and buy this for that, most of the time they'll actually get it approved for you and match that price, as long as it's legitimate, right? It can't be handwritten on some fucking bar napkin and shit. But where I'm getting at is, what could we learn from the holidays? What could we learn from this this new way of communicating scarcity? And I think that one thing that we could take away from seeing it ourselves in these examples from the holiday specials that we're going to be seeing over the next few weeks, because we're in the holiday season of the year. So you're going to see a ton of different ads. And I want us to pay attention to these ads. Let's pay attention to these marketing attempts to get our attention. Because if you use, like I preach it all the time in my content, if you use a strong, solid example of something or someone who's already winning at the thing that you're trying to win at, you could learn a lot, as long as you utilize that as its model. And so if these strong organizations that are making a ton of sales spend X amount of money on this particular marketing method or marketing piece, I think that we could take away from that experience, the model, the idea, and the platforms that they use to get the attention that we're thriving for. And we can use that for our advantage and deliver that same type of emotional feeling of the fear of missing out, of scarcity, of protecting their status and their obligation to provide, and use it for our own business, our own, sales origination. So that's my 2 cents on what I've learned from Black Friday and also holiday special. And again, just a quick shout out to, the special that I have right now. If you guys haven't already, if you don't already know, ever since Thursday, the Thanksgiving special that I've thrown, or actually since my birthday, which is Wednesday, I threw a holiday special that allows you to use my training course, the Banker's Formula, right? The secret formula, to use it to take you to where you want to go in this sales game. And I can't express how powerful this course is. I want you to find out for yourself. So you can check out the reviews on the Facebook link. There's a link below this video in the notes. If you go to my profile page, anyone on Instagram that's watching this, and you go to my highlights, even on my Instagram profile, there's a highlight that's called reviews, and you can actually see from other students who've enrolled and who've already gotten the course how they were able to climb, how they were able to not only increase their income, but increase their confidence and their morale and their attitude. And I think that's a key thing, right? Because when we get into a sales grind, right, or we get in this state of mind where sales is just so much of a grind, where we almost dread it. And we're dreading it because, when you consistently try to do something over and over again, expecting different results, but you're not getting it, it becomes a grind, right? And that becomes a headache. That becomes the kind of just the overall, man, the word that I'm looking for is just that, it's that pushback you get often where it's not even fun anymore. And I used this example in my last video where, when you learn like a new move, or when you learn like a new secret, or when you learn like a new shortcut, one of the first things you want to do is you want to go try it out, right? Like you want to go put it into effect. And I think that a lot of these students that have already started absorbing the content are looking at it in that way. And what's awesome is to get the feedback from those same students 30 days later, and their minds are blown because they never looked at it that way, because they simply don't get that type of training material or content from their corporate sales training. And that's the key. That's the, unique position that I have, is the fact that I still do this game. I still do it and I love it. I love the science of it, and with that science that I've learned over the last 2 decades now, I've created this formula that's flawless. Like it as long as you implement the formula, you don't you have to put in 2 decades of your life, like I did, in order to capture the same results. So check out that special, because along with the training course, the secret formula, you're going to get 4 1-hour direct mentoring calls with me and you, just me and you, directly and compatible to your platform, where I'm going to help you implement those teachings to your exact place of work. You know, whether you're inside, outside, call center, wholesale, retail, whatever leads source you have or whatever lead source you don't have, it's going to be completely compatible to you. So it's a good opportunity to not only ensure your success in 2019, but you're going to be able to get it at an amazing price too. So go check out that holiday special. I'll try to leave a link below this video so that you can check it out. And if you do, then I'll be chatting with you someday, just like I'm about to chat with one of my newly enrolled students in a couple minutes. So I wish all you guys well. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.